Hello everyone and welcome back to Goals Galore and welcome to Match Week 37 predictions for the Premier League. If you do go on to enjoy, be sure to smash a like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. The penultimate weekend of Premier League action. There's a lot to talk about. Let's get straight into it. Let's begin at the lunchtime kickoff for Fulham hosting Man City. Man City keep on steamrolling ahead. Out of all their fixtures remaining, this Tottenham away probably the hardest two. And this one is a big chance for them to slip up. But can Fulham deliver the goods? I don't think so. I think Man City are unstoppable at the moment. Of course, Haaland alone scoring 4 last time out at home against Wolves. They're unstoppable. I think they'll score 4 here and beat Fulham away at Craven Cottage 4-1. Moving on to Bournemouth versus Brentford, a playoff semi-final just a few years ago. And in this one, I think it's been a very tricky game. But Bournemouth, of course, Areola nominated for Premier League Manager of the Season, done an incredible job. As for his opposite number, Thomas Frank, hasn't been as impressive this season. I do think next season, with a few outgoings, the likes of Tony, they really could struggle next season. I know they've managed all this season without Tony, basically, but, you know, he's come back in at a crucial time for Brentford this season, be like a new signing. He has been in and out of the side since, which is a bit confusing, but he's still an incredible player nonetheless. In this one, though, at the Vitality, I can see Bournemouth winning quite convincingly, 3-0 at home. Moving on, we go to Everton, hosting Sheffield United, who of course are already relegated. Everton confirmed to survive for now, unless the Premier League want to give them more points deductions in the final weekend. And of course, I think it's a really big game for confidence boosters for next season. Sheffield United, of course, they did lose last time out yet against Nottingham Forest. They had a big saying who comes down with them, but of course Forest were able to beat them. And I think it'll be the same scoreline here. Everton looked really good under tracksuit versions of Sean Dyche, and I think they win here again. 3-1 at home this time to the Toffees. Moving on, we go to Newcastle hosting Brighton, and Brighton, they'll have a goal of the month to choose out of one of their own proper goals. João Pedro beating the goal scored to beat Aston Villa last time out. As for Newcastle, a win away at Burnley to all but confirm their relegation. In this one, I think it'll be goals galore. Newcastle to win 4-1 at home in this one. And talking of Burnley, they're the next team. They go away to Tottenham, and Tottenham, of course, defeats in the North London derby and then away to Liverpool. Not easy, but of course they did put a bit of fight out in the second half against Liverpool. In this one, they always seem to do well against Burnley. Burnley will have to fight for it to keep their Premier League status. They have to win. I don't think they will. Spurs to win 5-1 at home in this one. Moving on to another team that could be relegated come the end of Match Week 37. It's Luton Town as they go away to the London Stadium to face West Ham. West Ham lost 5-0 to, of course, Chelsea last time. Of course, they've confirmed David Moyes is leaving as manager at the end. And I think it's Lopetegui, is that right, who is confirmed to come in and replace him. We'll talk more of that on a future video. But, of course, Luton Town have to win. And I think just about they will. I think it's if Forest draw or win and Luton lose, then, of course, Luton will be relegated. They've had a decent season. They've done much better than a lot of people's expectation. It's just they've dropped a lot of points late on in matches. You know, that Bournemouth game comes to mind where they were 3-0 up and lost 4-3. In this one, though, I think they'll beat the Hammers 3-2 away from home. They cannot lose if they want to survive. Moving on, we go to Molineux for Wolves versus Crystal Palace. Two teams that have been really good in the Premier League this season. And of late, Crystal Palace looking really, really strong going into next season. They could really end this one really strong. And I think they will win here away at Molineux 3-1. Wolves a good side, but I think Crystal Palace at the moment, the form they're on, they're unstoppable. 3-1 Palace in this one. Moving on to the City Ground, it's Nottingham Forest hosting Chelsea. And Chelsea have been on a bit of a roll. Are we seeing the return of usual Chelsea all over again? Watch them go lose this one 5-0. Nottingham Forest, though, really good side at home. Away from home, that's where they tend to struggle. Last time out, of course, they did get the much-needed win away from home. They can secure survival if results go their way, and they do their job with winning as well. And I don't think they'll do their job. They were really good last time I watched them against Man City, so there's every possibility they win this. I think Chelsea just about edge it. 2-1 in this one away from home. Off to the Sunday game, it's Man United hosting Arsenal. Big game because, of course, Arsenal still in a title race, and on the weekend and going into next match week, Man City could potentially drop some points. It's very unlikely, but it still could happen. Of course, away to Man United, which is a very tricky game for Arsenal and many clubs. But this season, it doesn't seem to be too tricky of a place to go. Man United, yeah, less said the better, to be honest. 4-0 Crystal Palace in the end. Not good enough for Man United. They're turning into Chelsea, and I think they just have to strip the club completely back. It's just not going right for them at all. In this one, I think it'll be a close game. Arsenal to win 1-0 away at Old Trafford. And the final game to predict is on the Monday. It's Aston Villa versus Liverpool. Aston Villa confirming that they will be in the top 4 next season. However, knocked out of the UEFA Conference League to Olympiacos. As for Liverpool, of course, we all know that they slipped up there at the Premier League title race. It's 4th versus 3rd. In this one, can't separate the sides. 2-2 draw at Villa Park. Well then guys, there are my predictions for match week 37 in the Premier League. If you did enjoy, smash a like and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. A lot of big games and a lot of big outcomes that could occur over the weekend. And of course, a double game week, which means that there is midweek action. If you haven't already, be sure to check out them predictions from wherever match week those games are from. And I'll see you in the next very soon, guys. Take care. Good.